Hey guys, I'm Chris and welcome to the Hobby Mad Dad channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about one of my favourite hobbies, which is my jigsaw puzzles. And this video is going to be my first puzzle haul video. So it's not going to be showing you just the new puzzles I've got recently and coming up. I'm actually going to go through show you a few of the different manufacturers I have. And these are all puzzles that I really like and would do again. I've left some out in storage because I'm not getting all the puzzles out. I have a lot. So the main three manufacturers of puzzles that I use are, I think everyone's favourite is Ravensburger. I have quite a few of Ravensburger puzzles. There is Gibsons, which personally I quite like, and Clementoni. And I also have a little selection here, which I'll go through first, which are ones that are from smaller brands or they're unbranded, so I don't actually know who they're from. So this first puzzle is by a company called Corner Piece Puzzles. It is the Lighthouse at Sunset and it's 500-piece jigsaw. Now I did this literally the other day. I put a time-lapse video up, so go and have a look if you haven't seen it already. It's quite an easy puzzle to do, to be honest. The picture is quite striking and there's lots of different colours in there, so it made it quite an easy puzzle to do. I think in total this probably took me about 2.5 hours, but that was doing it at a leisurely pace. So the next one was one I've done, but I actually got this recently. This was a gift for Christmas. And it is this one. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, The Great Wall of China. Now, there is nowhere on this box at all that has any indication of who this might be. The back is just blank and there is no name whatsoever. The only thing I can see is it says produced for the Range. So it was the Range shop that sold it, but no idea who it was. Now this puzzle was okay. The piece quality left a little bit to be desired. By the time I'd finished the puzzle, there was a few bits with bent edges, snapped bits. But overall it was enjoyable. Fairly tricky, but okay. But the next puzzles are kind of onto one of the themes that I like to do. So I've got a lot on this theme. However, I've lent them out to friends, I've swapped them. So I only have a couple here, but they are military puzzles. So this one here is actually a puzzle I've not done yet. So I do want to touch this one soon. Again, it is no idea who this is from. It just says made in the UK, but no idea as there are no markings on it at all. But this is the Battle of Britain, and by the looks of it, it is just, so I'm not sure whether the puzzle is just this picture or whether it's this picture and all the data on the side as well. But obviously I'll have to find that out. But I love Spitfires. Spitfires are my favourite plane, so anything with a Spitfire in, I will love. On from that is another military one. Any military themed jigsaws are good in my opinion. And this, one of my favourites, the Hero of Trafalgar. Now, I love anything to do with Battle of Trafalgar, Horatio Nelson, any of those old time naval bits and pieces. So this was a fantastic puzzle to do. It's really difficult. A lot of, because it was a 1,000-piece, a lot of this is very detailed. So when you're looking around, all these bits look the same. There were so many blues and so many whites that all look the same. It took me ages, but one that I absolutely loved. Now, this is the only other one out of this pile that I've got, and this one was my nemesis because I didn't finish this puzzle. This puzzle, it was from Hobbycraft, and it's called Across the Sea. Now it's got a lovely picture of a tall ship. And yeah, I found this so difficult. So when I actually did this puzzle, I did the edges, started with the edges as I do most of the time. And then I thought, oh, okay, so the waves are going to be quite easy. And the sea, because of all those colour changes, they might be okay. So that's what I started with. I did the sea and that was okay. So I went on to the sky. That wasn't easy. A lot of these pieces could have gone in multiple places and it took me an age. And then I just kept getting put off it, kept coming back, try again. Eventually I did most of the sky and I started moving on to the ship. I did all of the bottom of the ship, the main hull. I didn't even get to the sails. Every piece looked the same, so eventually I just put it away. So this might have to be a video of me actually trying to crack this one. So let me know if you think I should do this one soon. So now I'm going to go on to the other makes. So I'll start with Clementoni. Now for some reason, a lot of these Clementoni puzzles I have all seem to be box sets, so where there's more than one puzzle in. So for example, this one here is a panorama picture, Disney picture. There's 2 panoramas in here, and this was quite nice to do. You got this one down here, which is Mickey and Minnie at the sunset. It's quite a nice little picture with all the constellations in. That was quite easy to do. And this one up here was fun. It was quite difficult to do. A lot of the pieces blended in. Now, if I'm right in thinking, when I've been having a little look around at other jigsaws, now some of you guys might actually know this, but I'm pretty sure there is this picture in a large piece puzzle, and it's got a lot more detail in it. So if anyone's done this, let me know or send me some pictures. I'd really like to see that, and I'd like to know exactly how many pieces it is. And then maybe I'll do a video on where I complete this one, and then I go on to complete the other one. I maybe compare the two and actually see what the differences are, as they are very similar pictures. So out of any theme of puzzles I do, I like lots of different ones, but my all-time favourite puzzles to do, and I'm a real sucker for, Harry Potter. Anything to do with Harry Potter and I love it. So I will be doing a lot of Harry Potter puzzles. Now this is one I actually got for Christmas and I've done very recently. And it's a 1,000-piece panorama puzzle by Clementoni. And as you can see from the picture, it's a really nice picture. You've got, it's almost going from good on this side all the way through to the main characters to bad. And you can see from the colours where it all changes and it gives you like that theme. So you have a feeling as you're building it that you've got the bad, the good and everything. It's a really nice one to do. I think because it was panorama, they're very narrow, it was actually really easy to do. I finished this in no time really. I think I had this on my table for 2 days, and within those 2 days I'd done it, and that was back and to the table. But yeah, that was really good. Now a harder Harry Potter one that I've done is this. Again, Clementoni, being Clementoni, like to shove a lot of puzzles in a single box. So this was 3 Harry Potter puzzles. So, and this was one of the first boxes of puzzles I got. So when I first got into puzzling, I think it was through COVID, and I got some gifts. I think this is one of my first gifts. So this was one of the first ones I actually did. And I don't know if I've actually done them all. I think I've tried them all, but I don't know if I've actually completed them all. So I'm going to have to go back through and try this one again. So basically you've got 3 normal 1,000-piece puzzles. They're all in portrait style. So here you've got the main characters Draco and Snape and Bellatrix Lestrange. So that's a dark one. Then this one here kind of shows you the ultimate good versus bad. You've got Harry Potter and Voldemort, and anyone that knows Harry Potter will know this. And then this one, which is a lovely little picture, is the goodies. So you kind of go to good, ultimate good and evil, and bad to good. So yeah, so I think these ones are going to be coming out soon. Right, so that's all the Clementoni ones I've got to show you. So the next ones I've got are Gibsons. I've got this one on the top, but I'm going to show you that one last because that's a really good puzzle. So back onto my military theme. This is a lovely puzzle that I got. I actually got given this by a friend's father. And it's a really nice picture. It's the Lancasters over Lincoln, and it's a Gibson 500 piece. Surprisingly difficult. It took me, as 500s go, this one took me quite a little while to do. But it's a gorgeous picture. But as you can, I don't know if you can see that from the box there, the gentleman's drawn little lines to a couple of places and his rope missing. So there were 2 pieces missing in this. And that's the only thing with doing second-hand puzzles. Sometimes you have missing pieces and it drives me crazy, but no, it was a free puzzle, so can't complain. So the other day I went onto a Facebook group where people swap and sell puzzles, and there's a guy in my local village just around the corner that was selling a few puzzles, and two of those really caught my eye, and they are Gibsons ones. I can't show you both together, but for anyone born in the 1980s like I was, a little bit of nostalgia. So this one here is a 1980s collection, Sweet Memories 1000-piece puzzle by Gibsons. And yeah, it's just all of your sweets, your chocolates from the good old days of the 80s. One of the funny things about looking at this is there, Curly Wurly, only 10 pence. Now where would you get a Curly Wurly for 10 pence these days? You're looking more about 50, 60p, I think. But yeah, it's basically all the sweets that I was growing up with as a little kid, late 80s, early 90s. And it just brings back memories. So that's going to be a really fun puzzle to do. I've not done it yet, so there will be a video on this one, I think. And get to see what I like. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be difficult. There are so many different colours, and because a lot of these are quite memorable, everyone knows a picnic bar, a marathon bar, bounty, so you'll be able to see the pieces and know exactly where they go. But I think that's going to be more fun than anything. And another one in that series, I've got another 1980s nostalgia piece, and this one is the shopping basket. So again, like the other one, this is just a lot of items you'd see in the supermarket. So a little less familiar to me. The chocolate ones, obviously, I know a lot more of those, but a lot of these brands, you can see how they've changed. So a lot of these brands here, you can see how they've changed. Like, for example, good old-fashioned fairy liquid bottle there is obviously now a lot different. But yeah, it's just a nostalgia piece. So again, I'll do this one soon. It shouldn't be too difficult, but I think it will make a really nice video. May even do those two together. Last Gibsons puzzle to show you is actually one of my favourite puzzles to do. I absolutely love this puzzle, and I think if you're British, from England, especially if you live near London, you need to do this puzzle. So this is by Gibsons. It is a 1000-piece London tube map. So this is absolutely fantastic. It's not overly difficult. It's fairly difficult. There are a lot of pieces that look the same. But yeah, it's just great. You know, anyone who's been to London has had to look at one of these at some point. But yeah, let me try and see. I don't know how well you can see this. Yeah, there you go. You've got that's literally what the puzzle's like. You've got all these bits on the outsides, and then all of the tube places there. And it is a really cool puzzle. So when I actually tackled this puzzle, easiest way I found to do it was to do the edges, find all these bits here because they are very simple. And then I actually went through and I got the river. So I got any piece that had river, and then I just sat and built that. That kind of separated the puzzle into different bits. And then just went from there, really. I went through and I found like bits of the Piccadilly line, bits of the I've forgotten all the name of the lines now, but basically find all the colour lines and just put it all together. Really fun, and I'd highly recommend, if you see this one, get it and give it a go. It's great. So that's all my Gibson puzzles. Now finally, I am on to my favourite manufacturer of puzzles, is Ravensburger. So when I was going through all the puzzles to show you, I actually found this stored away. And I've never seen this before in my life, so I have no idea where it's come from. So I thought I'd show you. It's it looks like an old box. It's been done before, so it's obviously second hand. So maybe my wife's picked it up from somewhere and just brought it home knowing I'd do it. But yeah, I've never seen it before. So it's a panoramic 1000-piece puzzle of, it looks like all the Disney characters. So I'll give that a go at some point and see how that is. Another Disney Ravensburger. Now this one is actually my wife's puzzle, but I've done this one and it was really fun. So we actually sat down together one day and we're like, should we do a puzzle together? And she knows I love puzzling, so I said, right, let you pick the puzzle, that way you'll be interested in it. She is a huge Winnie the Pooh fan, so she picked this one. and she started doing it with me. We started doing it together, and it ended up just being me. So I kind of just, she went to bed and I kind of just carried on and carried on and carried on. And then within a couple of days, I had it done. And it was a really nice, easy puzzle to do. So all these striking colours just make it really easy to put things together. Okay, so back onto my theme of favourite puzzles. It's this 1,000-piece challenge Harry Potter. So this one, I got this and I thought, oh my god, that's going to be so easy. I know all the characters. I can literally look at the pieces and boom, I'll be able to put them in. However, when you look at it, you'll see a little bit of a face, a little bit of mouth, and you don't know whose it belongs to. So obviously some pieces are obvious. You know, you'll see pieces of somebody and it's just obvious who they are. So you can put them in. But yeah, it took me a little while to do this one. And I've actually done this one twice. First time I did it just as normal, doing a puzzle. Second time as a bit of a separate challenge because I love Harry Potter and I think I know all the characters. I emptied it out and I put the box in another room so I couldn't see the box, and I did the 1,000-piece puzzle without looking at this. So I had no idea who went where or anything, which was the tricky bit. So when I was building it, I had this big board out, and once I'd finally built people, I just had lots of different people based everywhere, and I just had to go through and try and find out where they go. Really fun and a nice way to do another puzzle. Okay, the next two puzzles are very, very similar, and I got one of them. Let me just see which one's which. So yeah, so I got this one. This is a fantastic puzzle. This is called The Bizarre Bookshop. Again, 1,000-piece, and do you know what? I'd love to see who actually drew this because I think it's fantastic. Yeah, can't see. If anyone's done this puzzle, this Bizarre Bookshop #1 or Bizarre Bookshop #2, which are two in the series, if anyone's done this and knows who drew it, let us know in the comments. I would absolutely love to find any more pieces they've done. So when you're doing this jigsaw, from a distance it looks like, yeah, it's just a bookshop, bookcase, but there are so many quirky, funny, weird things going on in this puzzle. Like there's little pixies everywhere, there's tiny little goblins, there's little houses in books, there's all sorts going on, and it's just quite entertaining. You know, it's not too hard because you've got all your colour sections, but trying to get it all together is really interesting, and it's real fun because every piece you've got, you notice another quirk basically. So that is the Bizarre Bookshop #1, and because it was so popular, the artist came back and did the Bizarre Bookshop #2. Now I have seen other Ravensburger puzzles which have a very, very similar theme to this, so I think the artist has probably done more. But like I was saying on the last one, if you know who did it, please let us know. I'd love to actually get his collection and see what else he does because they are fantastic. But yeah, like the other one, it's just quirky, fun, and a bit different, bit of a different puzzle. So the next two puzzles I've got to show you, the last ones, are two Ravensburger puzzles that I've not done. One was a second-hand one that I got from the guy from the village, which I'll show you now. And this, I think this is an old puzzle. Looking at it, the box looks quite big compared to the other stuff, and it just looks a little bit old, but I don't know whether that's just a theme of it. But this is the Westminster Reflections, and this is a 1,000-piece picture of London. Now I love London, so this was obvious for me to get. It was a couple of pounds from the guy, and yeah, it's just a really nice puzzle. So I'm excited to do this one, and I'm probably going to do a video, probably not a time lapse on this one because I think there's a lot to talk about here. Being an English guy, and London is obviously a very English place, there'll be a lot to talk about. So, and with all the colours, with the sky and the greens and the reds, I think this will be a good puzzle to actually do some like discussions on shape sorting and colour sorting and all that, to actually show the process going, because I don't think this one will be too difficult, but I might eat my words because we'll see. So, saving the best for last. Back onto my favourite theme of puzzles is Harry Potter. Now this puzzle is the biggest puzzle I've done. It's not massive. I know there's a lot bigger puzzles out there, but so this one is a 1500 piece map of, well, the whole Harry Potter world, really. I was going to say Hogwarts, but no, it's actually a lot more than Hogwarts. So this is brand new. It was bought for me as a Christmas present. So I've had it. It's not been opened yet. I'm really excited for this one. But yeah, if you look on here, I'll try and show you a bit of picture if I can get that in. But yeah, you've got all the different places around the area. So Hogsmeade, Privet Drive, King's Cross Station, and some more down here. And then on the main map, you've got the Black Lake, Hogwarts Castle, Hogsmeade, the Quidditch pitch, and down here is Hogsmeade Station and the Forbidden Forest, obviously. So yeah, it's kind of like a map of the grounds of the area. I'm really excited for this one because I love Harry Potter and I think it's just a gorgeous piece. So I think this will be an interesting one to try and do. You've got all the different areas you can see. You've got the outline, obviously the edge pieces, and then all these kind of like goldy, whitey brown colours will be quite easy to put together and find. But then all this in the middle might just blur into one, so I don't know how easy it's going to be, but we shall see. But this is one I'm definitely going to do a video on because I love Harry Potter. I'm yet to do a 1500 piece puzzle, and yeah, it's going to be good. But the only issue I've got is I use puzzle boards and they fit up to 1000 piece puzzles. So I need to work out how I can do a 1500 piece puzzle without leaving it on my table all the time. So if you've got any hints and ideas, please let us know. Great, thanks for watching the video if you're still here. So, thank you very much for watching the video. If you're still here, it is much appreciated. And if you can drop us a quick like, a subscribe if you like it, and you'll get to watch me do all these puzzles. It's great. Thank you very much.